In this video, we will show you how to create contracts for subcontractors, or as we call them, subbies. There will normally be a contract for each structure on every site in a project. A contract therefore represents one structure on one site. It can be pre-pour, slab, wall, roof, completion. The contract can stipulate the extent of the work and the quality standards for a structure, which the subbie must conform to. The price of the structure, the amount that is paid to the subbie, is also on the contract, and the subbie can sign the contract. Issuing contracts is a key part of the system because it prevents structures that have issues like site queries or out of project boundaries to be issued. So it prevents that you can't issue to sites that have problems. It also checks if the previous structure has been completed. It's possible to allocate multiple structures of the same type to one subbie in an application. It'll still generate each contract separately. So you can issue 5 slabs on different sites to, say, Bob. The application will then put his name on those sites for those structures and generate 5 contracts, which can be printed out. After the contract has been completed successfully and then the engineer has inspected it, the system can generate a remittance advice for the subbie. A remittance advice in this context tells the subbies which invoices you're paying and can be used by the subbie as his invoice to you. The subbie's invoice with the subbie's name, details, including VAT number, etc., show how much is due to him. One remittance advice, or subbie invoice as you want to call it, can show multiple contracts that are due to the subbie. So there'll only be one every time. Okay. For each structure, there's a main contract that will be allocated. Sometimes you might want to have secondary contracts. For example, on completion, the main contract will be associated with the structure completion and will go to the subbie who has the most responsibility, and it will be the one who calls the main contractor foreman to inspect and certify that this completion structure has been completed. The subcontractors, the subcontracts go to painters, plumbers, electricians, etc. if they are required. Most companies do not use subcontract. I'm going to start again. The subcontracts will go to painters, plumbers, electricians, etc. if they are required. Most companies do not use subcontracts. They only issue one to the main contractor for each structure. Now I'm going to show you how to create a contract. So you go to Contracts, Setup, Contract Setup. Let's say we didn't have completion. Let me delete that and delete that. Let's create completion. Completion, add. Now it's there, but it doesn't have a contract. You can see there's no contract header, no contract price. So let's select it. We create a header. Let's just say Atenasi.com. And I have no idea how much it is. Let's say 550 Rand and 50 cents. And we save. That's created the contract. If we went back, we'll see that it's there. We'll see now that it has its completion header and a price. But we would like to add certain conditions. So let's add the first one. Let's call it 10, and we go up in increments of 10 because it enables you to add some in between. So if you've got a 10 and 20, you might want to add something in between so you can make it 15. And let's say make sure the site is clean. That's probably not the main condition for completion, but I'm just using it as an example. We save that. Let's say we wanted to add another one, 20, painting, paint exterior walls with specified paint. Save. And it gets added to the bottom. Now these are conditions for this contract. Let's go back to select structure, and we can see it's there, and it's got 2 contract items. So if I added more terms and conditions or specifications, it would show up as items on this contract. And that's how you create a contract.